Okay, I think we're ready to get started. Hello, everyone. I am Rhino Feeder or Rhino. I'm here with Sierra today. We're going to be common this race. Should be a good one. How are you feeling about it, Sierra?
I'm excited to see how it goes. Calaris recently got a huge PB, so I'm excited to see what their gameplay is going to look like.
All right, so let me just contact both runners here. Both ready to start? Question mark. Yeah, and I'm excited for this race mostly. I know, yeah, as you said, Sierra, Caliris substantially faster PB than in the first round. You know, to being at a 56XX, an unsubmitted PB from what he told us just a few minutes ago in Discord. So that's crazy improvement. I'm curious to see if he can pull it off here.
I mean, who knows? Maybe we'll get PBs from both runners.
Right? That would be pretty cool. Looks like both runners ready here. Okay, I'm going to count down. All right, I've counted them down. We'll see when they start. Hopefully, Purple realizes that he is on Steel Soul.
Oh, that would be. There's a huge stream delay though between
Yeah.
So you'll see them start off shortly.
To answer chat, PBs for both runners. Caliris has an unsubmitted PB of 56 minutes 14 seconds. Purple has a PB of an hour 30 minutes, and I don't believe they provided us with seconds, just 130XX.
Okay, and they're off.
There we go.
I find it a little bit ironic that Calaris is the one with the purple timer.
Yeah. Yeah, when we have purple, right?
Yeah. Oh, and purple's is green?
All right. It's green because it started now.
Yeah.
It starts out gray, yeah. Yeah, so first section of this run here, not really a whole ton to see. None of the runners have any movement really yet, so it's mostly just optimizations on how good your jumps are, how good your buffering is, how good your turnarounds are. So I'll be curious to see who makes it out of King's Pass first. It's always a heavy reset point for runners, but obviously in a tournament setting that can't happen. So whatever bad RNG they get from bench flies or
I mean, Calaris got just about the worst you can over there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Caliris didn't have any luck with that bench fly, but in a tournament setting, they kind of just have to eat it and go for it.
Yeah, I imagine in this race, small time losses like that are only like half a second won't make too much of a difference in the long run. But
yeah, definitely, it's a long enough run where they have both these runners have plenty of time to make up for any mistakes this early on.
Yeah, but it also goes the other way too, in that over this long of a run, seconds time loss really adds up.
Absolutely, yeah. All right, so I think purple. I think like a second or two earlier into the well, or maybe I read that backwards. I don't know. But either way, both runners going to be making their way into the Aspid Arena here. I'm curious to see if any of them get the quick double spike kill here. Usually runners start by pogoing the first Aspid 3 times. We just saw Caliris do, and then he misses the spike, but there's a somewhat precise trick there where the runners can hit that falling spike into both Aspids and kill them very quickly instead of having to chase them down. Purple not getting it either, unfortunately. So equal time loss for both runners there. So now both runners, not really a whole ton to talk about here. Both runners just going to be casually making their way to the first. I say boss fight, but we don't really actually fight the boss. Both runners making their way to the failed champ, who is a boss that in a casual playthrough would be most runner. Oh,
purple just took a death.
Purple take. Yeah, that is not. I don't act. Okay, so it spawns back in Dirtmouth. That's going to be quite a bit of a lead for Caliris here.
Yeah, he doesn't have to do the Aspid Arena again, but with how little movement he has, it's going to be quite a bit of backtracking.
Yeah, absolutely. But Caliris, though, smoothly making his way up to the False Knight arena here. Did I say failed champ the first time? I think I may. Yeah.
Honestly, they're both
False
giant bosses with the
Right.
with a hammer thing.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
This
so
one is a bit faster.
yeah, so in most speedrun categories, something casual players may not be super familiar with seeing. We don't actually fight failed champ. We do one cycle of damage on him. Fucking dang it. I gotta get better. False Knight here. I've been watching too much True Ending lately.
Yeah, so
We
we use a dev-intended shortcut to skip the fight by breaking the wall with the gate, and that allows us to just skip the last 2 phases of the fight.
Thank you for saving me from myself, Sierra.
You're very welcome, Alex.
So that boss. Yeah, so Caliris will be picking up the first checkpoint of the run here, picking up Vengeful Spirit, which is often you'll hear Sierra and I refer to it as Fireball very often because it looks like a fireball, but it's the first spell we get in this run, and it's also probably one of the especially the Fireball, if you will, and then Shade Soul, which is an upgraded version of it we get a little bit later in the run. Very heavily used abilities throughout the run, especially early game.
It's not only our biggest damage output, it's also used a lot for movement, particularly in Green Path. There are 3 skips that we do that shave off between 2 seconds and 12 seconds or more.
Right, yeah. And they're fairly difficult too. Like I find myself messing them up from time to time.
Yeah, there's definitely a big learning curve to get them down.
Absolutely. And we'll see how many Baldur Spits Caliris gets here. Getting a 1 spit, very nice. That's optimal RNG. Minimal time loss. And Caliris is going to be making his way through the mound very, very quickly here.
He's probably going to opt to take the bench versus healing, which takes a lot more time.
Yeah, definitely.
So Pyro's here, just moving past the False Knight, not the failed champion, forgetting that it's 1, 2, 2, 1.
I'm never gonna live that down.
Nope. For those who don't know, current patch in 1.2.2.1, the patch that most speedrunners use, have some rather large differences. One of them is inventory drops, where you open your inventory while falling to fall a lot faster. On current patch, that is only possible by opening it at exactly the correct frame when you're falling off a ledge, whereas 1.2.2.1, it's free, you open it whenever.
Yeah, we just saw, going back to the fireball skips you're talking about, we just saw Caliris fail the first one there, which in my opinion is actually the hardest of the 3. I know a lot of people don't agree with me on that, but I personally had the most trouble with that first one. I think it's very precise, whereas the other ones are fairly lenient.
Yeah.
Yeah, fortunately, missing that first fireball skip is only about a 3-second time loss, so not the end of the world there. Like, not really a major deal.
The next one coming up, though, is the most important one. There is
definitely.
a backup pogoing off an enemy, but it's ideal, obviously, to get the skip.
Ooh, Caliris missing.
He misses it, so you'll get to see the pogo.
Right. Yeah, this is definitely the worst one to mess up. But yeah, he gets the backup very, very quickly. I think it's somewhere around 7 to 9 seconds for that backup, depending on how optimally you perform it. But
isn't the other one, the last fireball skip, if you miss it, like 12 seconds though?
There's a backup to the backup there that you can get that involves pogoing an enemy. So I think it depends on that. But yeah,
right.
this
but
one,
that's
this one.
related.
Yeah.
Caliris really struggling with this last one, but he
Very
does
nice. Yeah. Cool. Caliris gonna heal here. So making our way up into this room, we want to do a good job. Caliris's. Actually, we're both runners. While climbing here, we want to do a good job collecting enough soul for the following room. In Caliris's case, to kill this Moss Knight, and in Purple's case, to take care of the Balder and still have enough soul left over to do the first fireball skip. Getting the quick kill, very nice. Yeah. And we'll see if purple gets the first fireball skip here. Oop.
And he just misses it.
Yeah. Again, that's a pretty precise skip.
Yeah, the turnaround is not very intuitive.
Mm-mm. No, it took me a while to get used to the timing on that, for sure.
Oh, Alex, do you want to change the game audio to Caliris?
Caliris's game audio is currently unusable for some reason, so
okay.
Unfortunately, we're gonna have to stick with Pyros.
All right. So over here, you're going to see Caliris, kill these Moss Knights as well as get all those Geo Rocks. The reason for that is that in the beginning of all skills, patch 1221, Geo is incredibly tight because very early on we pick up Dash Slash, which has a hefty cost of 800, as well as Shaman Stone for a cost of 250.
220, I think, right?
220?
I think so. Yep.
One of those.
Yeah, either way, we need a lot of Geo early on.
Yeah.
The Geo route doesn't really relax a whole ton until after King Station, which is it's the final 300 Geo we spend. From there, we do spend more Geo on things like the Distant Village Stag Station, but we can very naturally collect that Geo without going too far out of the way.
Yeah.
And a good kill on Hornet here.
Yeah. Very clean kill. It looks like purple did miss the last fireball skip and had to go around. I don't know why he's killing those enemies, though. He has full soul.
Could just want them out of his way. Yeah. But purple coming up to the Moss Knight here. I'll see if he goes for the double. Nah.
He does not.
He does not, yeah. To be honest, the double doesn't really save a whole ton of time. But the benefit that it gives, though, is it does save 3 hits of soul, which makes the soul routing in this next room we see purple in a little bit more relaxed, whereas now you see him having to go out of his way. Because to do the next room optimally, we need 8 hits before we leave this room.
And
so obviously,
if you're down damage, down health, and you want to have enough soul to heal.
Yeah, definitely.
But with
It's all
health,
connected.
purple should be quite comfortable.
Yeah, and we see Caliris taking this drop here. Very nice movement.
I gotta say, that movement in Fungal, that room that Caliris just did, is possibly my favorite room in the entire category.
Oh, the big drop that we do into Fungal? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's a really fun room. Yeah, Caliris' movement looking really clean here. Like, it's... I can definitely see how he's improved to a 56 since the last time I watched him run. Like, his movement looks super crisp here. Especially in Fungal being, you know, it's a very early split and everybody has to do it in pretty much every category. So, and on top of that, there really isn't a whole ton of RNG in this split. So it's very much under the runner's control how much time they gain here.
So coming up, you're going to see Caliris do the Explosion Pogo skip, where we pogo
nice.
off of that. Caliris makes it look really easy. Well done.
Yeah, very, very good execution from Caliris. A nice Hornet kill from purple, yeah.
Hornet.
Now this is a fairly sketchy skip here, and Caliris nails it. Well done.
Really smooth.
Yeah, I don't at all mind the extra pogo, just to be safe. You know, it's a tournament setting. That extra pogo was like half a second. I totally support going for that just to be safe.
Oh yeah. So while Caliris
We have black screens from both runners here.
While Caliris quits out to head over to Gruzmother to get the most OP charm in the game, Shaman Stone. Pyros is going to follow what Caliris just did and get Claw.
Right, and for those who don't know, Shaman Stone it's the only charm we get in this category, and in most NMG categories that don't require additional charms. Shaman Stone, more or less, it makes our spells a lot more powerful, so it is very much worth going out of our way for it, because it just greatly increases how quickly we can kill a lot of the bosses in this game. So it's very worth the time to go out of our way for it. Now, purple in Sierra's favorite room.
Yep. It doesn't appear that he knows the acid drop though. But as long as he's not taking damage, it shouldn't be too bad.
Yeah, didn't take any damage. Very nice. And Caliris here will be coming up on Gruzmother, which is like well, aside from Hornet, this is the second boss here that we actually kill in the game. It's 3 nail cancels, 6 nail hits, and Caliris makes very quick work. He might want to be careful at 2 HP though. I just realized. Not that it's likely a runner of his caliber gets hit twice by the Gruzzers here, but
so swag geo collection with the jumping.
Yeah, right. You never know with tournament nerves. Yeah, very, very clean cleanup.
Not
missing
no
the gate storage.
Trouble with it at all.
Yeah. And while Caliris is shopping here, it's Salubra getting that Shaman Stone here. We're gonna see purple go for the Explosion Pogo as well. Again, a very, very nifty skip. That saves about 20 seconds versus going around into Mantis Village. So let's take a look. Oh, misses the initial pogo. It's going to hurt.
Is it just me, or does it look like he's going for the low percent setup?
Oh. Well, whatever he was trying, it worked second try.
Worked. So. Yep.
Yeah. And then we'll watch.
He's going to want to collect some soul for... Ooh.
Yeah. 2 HP here is a little scary. In the meantime, we see Caliris doing one of the more interesting skips in the game, which is the Shade Skip, and nails it first try. Very well done.
Oh, it doesn't look like he's gonna go for the double dash at all.
No, looks like he, Oh. Okay, well, it works.
He's out of danger now. There's one Mantis, but it's
very well done from purple. Yeah,
Caliris meanders across the blue lake.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little nervous because taking a death there is you have to redo the entire fungal segment there for Mantis Claw, so that would be a massive time loss.
But he did it really smoothly.
Yeah.
So Caliris here heading down into right side of City of Tears, for more geo collection. And then to pick up Dash Slash, the second skill of the game, which we get early because we use it for a multitude of skips involving hitting levers through doors to sequence break and get stuff before we should.
Right, and we see Caliris here, you know, a lot of people might think, well, why is he wasting his time killing these enemies when he could just go over them or speedrunning? A lot of the enemies in that room we just saw him go through are actually routed in as part of our geo collection to reach that 800 mark we need for Dash Slash. And my understanding is, I'm fairly new to this category myself, but my understanding is that's a fairly new geo route that was recently labbed out and determined to be a bit faster than what was the old route, if you will.
Do you know what the old route is?
I know it involved Vengefly King and not doing the Moss Knights and Geo Rocks, but I don't want to talk too much on it because there's going to be a more experienced all skills runner in here that calls me out for not knowing what I'm talking about, and they would be correct. So we see Caliris here getting a nice quick kill on Gorgeous Husk.
They missed a lot of Geo in that room with the husks. Are they going to be fine with Geo?
I think he only missed 3, right?
Oh, okay.
Or do you mean from the initial husks, like the first row of enemies?
The first row of enemies.
Oh, that I didn't watch. I was watching purple, but should be okay. We can get quite
he's totally fine.
Yeah.
As long as you're above 710 Geo here, you're pretty fine. 710 is comfy to kill all the hoppers coming up, miss a couple Geo, and still be fine.
Yeah. Really nice movement from Caliris in that last room too, by the way. Like, very, very nice. Falling down here. So now this is a section where I have seen even some of the top runners in this tournament take deaths here, because these hoppers can be a real pain if you get off cycle or if you make one mistake.
Yeah.
So we'll see how Caliris handles them. Yeah, very nice.
He did take a damage, but he's handling it really well.
Yeah, he should be okay here. That Primal Aspid can be a real jerk, but purple saving. So I'm gonna call out here. Purple saving Sly. I'm curious about
up the roots?
I'm curious about the intention behind that, yeah, because traditionally in all skills, we do not save Sly. In any percent, the only reason we save Sly is so we can get Lantern, which allows us to enter Crystal Peak. But in this category, we use Dive to access it, so I'm very interested to see where that goes.
He also isn't damaging that enemy.
Oof. I think Purple, it looks like his strat involves double pogoing the Shade.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Which I believe is why he went back into Salubra's hut to reset the HP. Yeah, okay, so he's just going to do a double pogo. Nice, safe approach.
It looks like he's, I'm curious, does he run current patch a lot? Because it looks like he's doing a lot of current patch stuff.
I would imagine that would be my only guess, unless there's some other safer route that I don't know too much about. On the other hand, we have Caliris making his way back now. He'll be heading up Spire to go to Soul Sanctum, where we get our next two abilities of this run, which are Shade, Soul, and Dive, involving everybody's favorite boss, the Soul Master. So I'm curious to see how that goes. Soul Master can, depending on the RNG he gives, can be a real pain to deal with.
Honestly, all of Sanctum is a real pain to deal with.
That's very true, yeah.
So coming up, you'll see the first lever skip. We do not use dash slash here. We just up slash that lever through the wall.
Mm-hmm.
And then because we're sequence breaking, that little section of the room is completely dark.
Right. The game doesn't so there's supposed to be another lever we hit to go up through that section, and the game doesn't really load it visually until that action is triggered. But because we skip it, as you said, it just never loads. So runners need to learn to do that section in the dark if they don't want to go around.
Yeah.
Caliris made it look easy. I have definitely been caught up in that section many times with small movement mistakes.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's so easy to be just a tiny bit off and not hit the lever and then get whammied by those enemies.
Yeah. I don't know if you saw, but Caliris got pretty lucky there. His first fireball on the Soul Twister missed, but then his second one doubled, so all's well that ends well.
You do want to go into Sanctum with a bit extra soul, so that you can get the Soul Warrior quick kill, but the most important thing is probably to not take any damage. Yeah,
absolutely, and at least from what it looks like, I think that's enough hits for Caliris. I think, because you want 4 hits of soul, so the first 2 hits on the Soul Warrior give you enough for 2 fireballs. And we see Purple.
Pyro's not quitting out.
Yeah, where is Pyro's going?
I'm not sure. Did he take the bench?
I'm not sure.
Planning on walking back? So this is gonna be the second lever skip you see.
There it is.
Instead of having to go through that area and mess around with a whole bunch of soul twisters, Caliris missing.
Oh, he could die here. This is scary. And now he doesn't really have a good way to farm any soul to heal. This is really, really scary.
Especially
he's just gonna go for it.
Twister RNG here.
He is braver than I am, because that spell twister where he teleports and morphs around is
that's it's
exactly what I was about to say. Yeah, that soul twister can literally teleport directly right into where you're dashing, and honestly, the optimal way of doing that room is just
I was not killing the
Yeah, I'm noticing that too.
But yeah, so
we got to keep an eye on Pyros. Yeah, but I was going to say the optimal way of going through that room is actually to just not even worry about that soul twister and tank the damage if he hops in your way. Obviously not a viable plan at 1 health. So
yeah.
Purple is he's going to kill a Great Hopper. Okay, giving us some content here. Technically performing a legal run validated or SRCom validated Great Hopper % run. You love to see it.
I honestly don't know what goes into a Great Hopper %.
It's literally just kill a Great Hopper as fast as you can.
Okay.
It involves an insanely cursed shade skip to kingdoms over to city.
Okay. So Purple now having 0 geo. He was really lucky with that. But it will be a bit tight for the next thing that he needs to purchase, King Station Toll. You ideally want to have a little bit of geo left over so that it's a little bit less tight.
Mm-hmm. You know, I got to be honest with what we've seen from Purple so far. Who knows where he's going next? He might have some treats in store for us.
It's an adventure.
It's an adventure that we're all strapped in for now.
Yep.
All right, so Caliris going back through here. Fortunately, does not have to fight.
Yeah. He doesn't need to fight that. So
that would be a real pain. But
I
he
did
does
notice
need
that
to.
The booster did appear again though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in that first room, the Soul Twister appears again, but you don't need to kill him again to open up the gate like we did the first time.
So he's going to farm some soul off of that guy, because he wants to have enough soul for the Soul Master relatively quick kill, depending on the RNG.
Right. And Purple going for the first lever skip of the run now. I think he hit it there, I believe.
Okay.
He's getting bullied.
Whammied by the enemies, though.
Yeah. Oof.
He's probably gonna opt to take this bench.
Yeah, I think that's a 2 health going into Sanctum.
Yeah, not a wise choice.
Oh, and he's
not taking the
decides
bench.
Not to. The madman.
Wow.
The absolute madman says, "I don't need the extra 3 health. We're going right in there."
Well, props to him if he does it.
Yeah, heading right into Sanctum. In the meantime, we have Caliris fighting Soul Master.
It looks like he got a bit unlucky with the RNG, but Soul Master doing his fake out now.
Purple gonna farm some soul here and heal.
A wise decision, but the bench would have been faster.
Yeah, the bench would have been fast. I mean, he already walked over to it, right?
Yeah, and also, like, we're gonna get hard saved by Soul Master anyway, so it doesn't make that much of a difference.
Caliris getting a fake. I hate getting fake dives in this phase of the fight because it really throws off my rhythm. And there we go. Yeah. Caliris taking out Soul Master. That fight is made a lot easier in this category versus current patch all skills because we have Shade Soul here, which does a lot more damage than normal Vengeful Spirit.
Another point in favor for 1221.
Yeah.
Sorry, current patch players.
Yeah, Purple makes quick work the Soul Twister. I actually have to calm another current patch race. I don't know a whole ton about current patch, but it should be fun. This race right here, though, is the content I didn't know I needed on a Thursday afternoon. Purple trying to do that while... Okay, goes to the left side. I was going to say, I don't know if it's... I think it might be possible from that right side, but very difficult.
It looked like he was going back and forth between those, so maybe that's a bit easier.
Could have been, yeah.
But whatever works for him. Did Caliris miss that pogo?
I don't.
Or did he not go for it?
I'm not sure. I was watching Purple.
Okay.
I gotta be honest. I'm afraid to take my eyes off Purple now and miss some content. but Caliris right now is going back down, leaving Sanctum to never return for the rest of this run. Fortunately.
It's a huge breath of relief when you finally get it. Why is Purple going through...
Oh, misses the...
Why was he going through there? You do not want to aggro those Soul Twisters.
Yeah. He's doing it for the content.
For the content, yes. See, this is why I run 1221.
Yeah, so in other categories that don't have dash slash here, like 106 for example, that's the route that we need to take to hit that lever, but Purple doing it anyway. We'll see how he handles the Soul Warrior. Boom. That Shade Soul did not double. There we go.
But he's fine.
Good
he
kill.
Didn't take any damage, at least.
And Caliris now entering my favorite part of the entire run.
Purple's PB is 1 hour and 30 minutes. We do not know the seconds.
Yeah.
To answer chat.
Yeah. So Caliris here, he little short on Geo. Should be easy to collect from this enemy. Yeah, he's good now. But this section of the run is very nerve-wracking because we take that bench that we just saw Caliris take Inspire, and now we have to traverse all the way over to King Station here. Open that up, go through Crystal Peak, get Crystal Heart, which allows us to super dash. And then we need to go through a dark room and the Crusher site. There's a lot to go on here without any good place to heal.
TLDR, C Peak's scary.
Yeah. And we can't bench anywhere else because we need to save that bench at Spire to save and quit out back after and fight Watcher Knight. So any healing here comes with a penalty of fairly large time loss.
If you can heal by King Station, it's not that bad because you're waiting for the stag to come anyway. But after that, it's time lost.
Purple.
Fighting Soulmaster, he did not even go for the quick kill at all. Oof, misses the Shade Soul.
Ooh.
And another one, that's not great.
Yeah, missing Shade Souls in this fight really is unfortunate because our nail doesn't really do a whole ton of damage here. We're very much relying on Shade Soul to be the boss killer, but
yeah.
Purple does it. He takes care of it.
At 3 health, he should be comfortable for the next phase.
Yeah, it's 6 nail hits and 2 fireballs to kill Soulmaster in this phase.
I always forget that. I just there's a really cursed quick kill when he's diving, but as I said, cursed.
There we go. Nice kill. And he has enough soul to heal here for free if he wants. And yeah, very wise too. Picking up dive replenishes all of our soul, so there's really no reason not to. At least I believe it does, right?
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
Picking up all the base spells replenishes your soul, but picking up the upgraded version does not.
You know, I've ran this game for how many hours, and I don't think I've ever noticed that until this moment.
I noticed it because I'm like, ah, shoot, I need to heal.
I've never thought about that until this moment. Yeah, but Caliris is now in one of the most runners' favorite sections of the run. Just a very fun movement-heavy section. Not a ton of RNG, but I think it lets a lot of runners really show off their movement chops. Purple getting more GM. I'm so excited to see what Purple's planning to do for us because I know there's got to be some content ahead.
Oh yeah, I think they get that on current patch. But
yeah,
I don't know current patch all skills enough.
Well, I believe on current patch they get it
struggling
because
a bit.
Oh jeez.
Oh, that my heart
She's
there.
gonna want to heal. But yeah, I think in current patch they get that Geo because they need to buy the Elegant Key from Sly to get Shade Soul. Yeah.
I'm curious to see if he does that. Well,
yeah, I mean he did save Sly.
Up, Shade Soul though.
Right.
So I'm curious what he's gonna do with the Geo. Maybe by Lantern?
Yeah, it could be. And Caliris going for a damageless cycle. I like going for damageless cycle here, especially in a tournament setting.
It's just, especially with the Dark Room coming up and healing taking far more time. Clean underplat too.
And we have an intentional damage tank too in the D-Dark Mound for the early control, but we'll talk about that in a minute. Caliris does a fantastic job getting through here, getting Crystal Heart.
Really clean movement.
Yeah.
So
and of course the underplat.
Yes. I wonder, will Purple go for the... He does not save the grub.
You really do hate to see it.
What I find really fascinating, if you think about it, lore-wise, the fact that you get soul from the regular spells, but not from the upgraded versions, which are a lot darker and probably have to do with Void, whereas the regular versions have to do with Soul. It just correlates nicely.
Yeah, I as someone who knows very little about the lore of this game, I will refrain from embarrassing myself in front of a lot of people right now. Caliris doing a good job using the that's a commentator curse right there. I'll take the blame for that one. Yeah, the optimal way through this dark room involves a series of fairly precise dashes and jumps. There are safer ways to do this room that involve C-dashing, but it does waste quite a bit of time depending on which strat you choose to go for.
Yeah.
But he does it okay. Still has 3 health, totally fine. Purple now heading to King Station, I believe. Well,
He is
you never know with
Geo.
Purple. You never know with Purple, but I believe he's heading to King Station.
Who knows? Maybe he's going to Hornet too early.
You never know.
Planning
You
to
just
shade
can't
skip.
tell. Yeah. And Caliris. So what we're gonna see Caliris do here is if we break this crystal open with the last hit being a dash slash, the momentum sends us forward and off the floor, which you're gonna see right here, and into the spikes in front of him. And that looks a bit silly, but what it actually does is it gives us early control of our character, as you can see here. Normally, we wouldn't have control until the D-Dark menu that pops up is completely gone, but we're long gone and out of the room before then, so it's well worth it to charge up a dash slash there. So we see okay, not go, okay.
Not missing slide, but...
Yeah, I thought maybe a visit the slide or something, but you never know.
I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, we're gonna find out eventually.
We're going on a journey.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Caliris at a... I personally find this, the split Caliris is in is one of my... I kind of consider it like a resting split in this run. It's roughly the halfway point of the run. Excuse me. It's roughly the halfway point. It's not too involved, you know, just... It's a couple C dashes and not much else. So I think it's a good time for runners to kind of, you know, they just went through a really dangerous section, catch their breath,
yeah,
recoup, and get ready for Watcher Night.
Though, if you fall off one of these platforms, you don't take any damage, which is very good, but it is a major time loss.
Yeah. Go for the underplat. Let's go.
No problem.
Oh,
a little bit of a heart attack there.
Please.
That's the last place you want to fall. Well, Purple starting into C peaks. We'll see how he handles the split.
Yeah, and again, very movement heavy split. Is he going for Pogax? Let's do it. Let's go. Purple. Let's go. That's the content we came here for.
Did Caliris give us a Pogax? I don't think so.
No, Caliris did not go for Pogax.
Yeah. It is a bit RNG dependent, so...
Yeah, and to be honest, as cool as it looks and as much as it looks like it skips a massive section, done optimally compared with the not Pogax done optimally, I believe it only saves about 2 seconds. So it's not the end of the world to not go for it, except for the content.
Purple choosing to heal off of this Glim back.
Yeah.
2 health is not comfortable for the next couple bits.
Yeah, definitely not. In Caliris here, we're gonna see. Yep, get the double Dream Nail. So the Watcher Night fight is definitely not as hard in this category as it is in something like any percent. We have a lot of spells that any percent doesn't have here that allow us to make very quick work. As you see, Caliris there, just 3 D-Darks and the fight's over. Well, if the first knight's dead.
Descending Dark also gives us iframes, so we can literally sit inside the boss and just spam. And it has quite a big damage output.
Caliris doing a fine job here. Purple going for the damage cycle in Crystal Peaks.
Oh, really?
Or Crystal Heart Room, yeah. Yeah, it does save about a second, but it's, as we talked about...
Oh, he misses the underplat! No. Oh, no!
Oh, no.
It was like a fraction too...
And then, oof.
Oh, no.
You know, Purple, he's a hero in our hearts, though, because he went for it.
Yeah. That's what matters. But he's now thrown off of the cycles, which is really scary.
Yeah, he's got to be careful
and
here.
At 1 health. And he goes for it again. Wow.
What a madman.
He gets it though.
1 HP going for underplat in the tournament. That is a brave move.
You gotta admire his bravery there.
Absolutely. And Caliris getting the first Dreamer here. We need 3 of these to complete the run. Lurian being the first. So the reason we don't collect Lurian and fight Watcher Knights earlier when we come by here is because we don't have Dream Nail. And it makes sense to wait until we have D-Dark, which makes that Watcher Knight fight fairly trivial. much faster fight than if we didn't have it, obviously. So
Yeah, and because we quit out to there, it's not that big of a
right,
suck up to Watcher Knights.
right, and we need dive anyway, just because of the category rules. We need to get D-Dark. So
Oof,
while we're
having a hard time with the
yeah,
crushers.
those crushers can be a pain. Let's see how he does here. Sierra, did you know you can get wall cling storage off of those crushers, actually?
No, I did not. I definitely didn't get it in one of my runs recently. Nope, not
I gotta
me.
be honest, I didn't know it was possible until I saw you do it. That was kind of funny.
Crystal Peaks and I have a history of unwanted wall cling storage. We're at a bit of a disagreement for when it's appropriate.
Yeah, and we can see Purple here doing what I mentioned earlier, the safer way through this room, which
Oof.
still taking a hit. It looked like he dashed a little too early.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely a safer, more consistent way through this room, but it does come at the cost of a little bit of time. There you go.
Yeah, he does leave and re-enter the room to reset the Crystal Hunters. In
Yeah,
1
definitely
2 2 1,
the right move.
they shoot a lot slower, so if you reset the room and you do the inputs correctly, you're at very little risk of getting sniped.
Caliris over here is really struggling with the spike tunnel. This is
It's scary.
it's a
You
bit
don't
precise.
really
There we
have-
go.
Yeah, I'm curious to see if he'll get any soul off of the rancid egg thingamabob that's in this room here.
Rancid egg thingamabob.
You think
You know,
I know the name for it?
I gotta be honest, you at least made an attempt. I would have just, I don't know what I would have said if I had to say it. I don't know what that thing is called.
It's the blood sack thing, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it just took me a minute. Caliris, getting to Isma's tier without too much trouble. He does another early control method, taking damage off of that worm, so that he doesn't have to wait for the animation to complete before being able to move again. While
Yeah.
Pyros does his own early control over by D-Dark. I really hope he heals though, because the next bit will have a bit of RNG.
Caliris or Purple?
Crystal, sorry, Caliris.
Oh, yeah,
He
yeah, yeah.
crystal dashes across this entire bridge area, which if you get hit out of the C dash could give you
Oof.
like, he does not heal. I'm scared.
And okay, he makes it
Alright,
safe.
he's fine,
Pretty
yeah.
safe at this point. And we bench very quick. There's one more enemy that could hit him if he's not careful, but
Yeah.
I expect Caliris to be okay. I respect the no heal there. I mean, that is an incredibly dangerous room. We've seen, I mean, I have personally watched many very, very good runners lose runs in that room, so.
Even at 3 health one time.
Yeah. Oh, shots fired. My goodness.
Sometimes the RNG just really isn't on your side.
Oh yeah, that room can be extremely rude. But Caliris here going into the next section where we'll have a bunch of Maulers shooting infection bubbles at us.
It
While
appears
there's a
to be a lot more RNG than it actually is. Only one of the Maulers is complete RNG. The rest, there are pretty consistent ways to not get hit.
Yeah, it looks a lot like RNG, but there is a very specific set of movements that we do through this room. That one is an intentional damage tank. It actually is the the optimal way to get
It's
through that
also
Mauler.
optional, but
It is optional. Yes, it's optimal and optional. That's correct.
yes.
Very
But he
very
makes
good.
it through this one cleanly. Opts to get some soul off of the Mauler. You
Yeah.
almost never get hit there. I think I've seen it happen like once out of all the runs I've watched and played.
Mm-hmm.
So it's pretty safe.
Mm-hmm.
So coming up next is the Broken Vessel fight. He is guarding Wings, which is the double jump in Hollow Knight. And I think it's the last movement-based skill that we get.
Yeah, I believe so. I think you're right. That sounds right to me. Yeah, because the only thing we have left to get are nail arts, King's Brand, and
Is Shade Cloak
spells.
technically a
Oh,
movement?
Shade Cloak.
Yeah,
I
Shade
would definitely
Cloak.
consider that. Yes.
All right, so it's the second to last.
I gotta be honest. I forget about Shade Cloak a lot because we don't really use it much in this category. We get it right at the very, very end.
And most runs are reset long before then.
Well, even aside from that, the only place it really has application for us in all skills is against the Hollow Knight in the final boss fight, dashing through him for certain attacks. So I often just forget about it entirely.
I mean, as an any percent runner, you're used to fighting Hollow Knight without it, but
Yep.
if all skills is your main category, then you rely on it a ton.
Yeah, very much. I would say it wasn't until I'd been running this category for about 2 months until I even thought to use Shade Cloak in that fight. But. So we'll see purple here.
Yep. Purple fighting Watcher Knights, making quick work of them with D-Dive, as expected, while Caliris is heading over through King Station. He's going to he's using Hidden Station, he's going to head to King Station to go fight Hornet 2. I want to say the hardest boss fight in the game, in the category.
I would agree, definitely.
Because you can't really spam her with D-Darks the way that you can every other boss.
Right, and I would be curious to see here if Caliris takes the safety bench, because there's two men. So first off, I will preface this. I do not know if Caliris is on PB pace right now, but if he is on PB pace, we might see him skip the safety bench and just keep going really hard for a PB. On the other hand, if he knows what kind of lead he has, he might just want to play safe and not risk any catastrophic deaths that would allow purple to catch back up.
Yeah, if you don't take any safety benches and you die to Hornet 2, it's quite a walk back.
Yeah, absolutely. We spawn all the way back in Ancient Basin, I believe. Yeah, that would be where.
Ancient Basin. So a nice Watcher Knights fight from
He's
purple.
gonna take it.
Yeah, it makes sense, honestly.
Yeah. Now we'll see him head on over to Hornet 2 while purple collects the first Dreamer of his run. So, funny fact that the C-dash cancel there that we see from Caliris when we go into Hornet 2, for the longest time, because I had never run anything but any percent, I was like, why do runners always cancel that C-dash there? I didn't know it was automatic. Like, I didn't know the game cancels you out of it.
Yep. It's like, wait, you're going too fast. Hornet hasn't done her animation yet.
Yeah, right. Nice double hit.
Nice double
there.
there.
Yeah.
You want to get as many doubles as you can with this fight, because it's so hard to get both hits off of a descending dive, or rather dark, whichever one.
Yeah, there's 3 hits for a descending dark technically, and it's very hard to get all of them. The only exception being when Hornet does that attack right there, and she stands still. If we're close enough, it's worth getting a D-Dark in.
Yeah.
Yeah, other than that,
opting not to heal at all.
Yeah, I like it honestly. It's difficult to heal in this fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a really good fight from Caliris, honestly.
It was. Makes it look a lot easier than it is, I'll say that much.
Yeah, honestly, like I have no idea how fast it was or what time, but just watching, he looked like he passed the eye test there, and that he looked very comfortable and like he knew what he was doing throughout that fight.
Yeah.
Which to me, honestly, a lot of times I care more about than the raw time. Just how comfortable do runners look doing certain things.
Well, yeah, especially with boss fights where you have plenty of RNG involved.
Right. And we see Caliris doing another early control here, where if we charge a nail art, when we let go, we get control and it skips the wake up animation there, which saves a couple seconds.
But if you get it, if you use your nail art a little bit too early, you go invisible, which will invalidate your run, and in a tournament setting, result in a penalty, a time penalty.
Right. And we see purple here coming up to the spike tunnel skip. Oh, tries it.
Oh, he's doing a different strategy.
Yeah. Have we lost his stream?
I hope not. Oh.
Okay. Oh, he must have made it. Okay.
Yeah.
Well. Yeah, I have seen some runners opt to do that. Using a fireball to buffer there does make the inputs a bit more lenient. So
I know
I
there's
totally get
another
that.
runner who opts to use dash slash as an
Mhm.
air stall.
Yeah, I actually played around with that for a little bit, and it's a pretty decent alternative. I couldn't get consistent with it, but I can totally see why it might. It's definitely fewer inputs than
Yeah.
Pogo Dash, though. So purple now going for the Isma skips here. Let's see if he does setup or setup lists. He's gonna do. That
Setup.
looks like setup. Yeah.
It looks like
Unfortunate.
he didn't get the wall jump though. With setup lists, if you wall jump at the perfect time, the game will automatically push you up and over the lip of that edge. Just like that.
There you go. He gets it. Though I don't think he'll get the early control here. Okay. One of the Herms did make its way over. Good,
Yeah.
good. Yeah, so that is an intentional damage tank that we saw both runners do in their runs that gives us control of our character immediately after picking up Ismos instead of waiting for the animation. C-dashing back, I don't think I've ever seen that. That was interesting.
I wonder if it's faster.
It's one of those things where, like, I would want to time it for myself, as with most things, but it's one of those things where, like, I feel like if it were faster, we'd see more people do it, but you never know. Maybe we've just never thought of it before.
Yeah, he's not C-dashing across?
Yeah, not gonna C-dash across, just,
Oh,
ooh, he gets sniped anyway.
That
guy is so rude. Oh my goodness. Goodness.
He should be fine though.
Yeah. Yeah, again, one HP here, unless something catastrophic goes wrong. Should be okay. Yeah, he's gonna heal
he
even.
chooses to heal. Okay.
Where are we? Okay, just fall on the left side here.
Not optimal, but what works for you works for you.
I actually don't know, because I know some runners who do that as well. I haven't timed it myself, but okay, and catching back. I had to remember where we were in the race. Caliris out on the way to Umu.
Yeah, he just picked up Cyclone Slash. And what you saw there when he dropped down from the well, is the only way to get out of that forced hard fall, is to use one of the nail arts. Charge it up while you're in the transition. So that's what you saw there.
Yeah. Purple, okay, so I gotta be honest, I quickly looked over and thought that was the last Mauler. I'm like, oh my god, did he make it through hit list? Like, well done. Okay.
He tanks the smaller.
Yeah.
He's C-dashing too low. He won't get all the way across.
Yeah. Oop.
Does the backup pretty well though. But
right. All right, so we'll have two boss fights going on here. Caliris at Umu, which is a very fun boss with
debatable. Very debatable.
We'll see if he gets the one cycle, which is the optimal way of doing Umu in this category. We do have enough damage output to kill Umu in one single damage cycle.
It's a
purple,
very precise setup though.
Yeah, it's fairly precise. Purple, on the other hand, going for Broken Vessel.
He is going in with 3 health though and no soul, which is
Yeah,
not how you want to be starting the fight.
Let's see here. It takes a hit early. All right, and Caliris here. Looks he's got a good setup.
Oh, he misses that Shade Soul too.
And I think he got it. Yeah, very well done. Well done from Caliris, getting the one cycle on Umu.
Oh, I was looking over at Pyros.
Oh yeah, both runners doing well. That was a decent fight from Broken Vessel too, yeah. Yeah, props to Caliris for the one cycle. That was incredibly clean.
It's really deceptively hard to get.
Yeah, it's one of those things where I watched a lot of runners do it. And you're like, okay, that doesn't look too bad. And the more I practice, I'm like, there are a lot of very, very small nuances to making sure this doesn't blow up in my face.
Yeah. At least though, if you fail the one cycle, presuming that you don't fail it too badly, a 2 cycle is pretty free.
Yeah, we Shade Soul, just especially with Shaman Stone, has so much damage that we can get Umu pretty good. I am very curious right now to know if Caliris is on PB pace. I actually don't know, and it would be hard for me to check even because he said his current PB isn't submitted. So I guess we'll just have to wait and go along for the ride here.
Mm-hmm. Purple Pyros, though, I think his timer does tell us if he's on PB pace or not, based off the coloring, because it went red earlier.
Right, yeah. So purple might be on PB. We might have 2 PBs here. You never know.
That'd be awesome to see.
Mm-hmm. I don't think we've had a race yet, at least to my knowledge. Someone can correct me. Where both runners PB'd. I know we've had PBs. I don't know if we've had double PBs. That was it. You know, I actually think that was pretty interesting from Caliris to do the dash slash there.
Yeah, I've never seen that before.
Yeah,
he does do the right side climb there instead of the left, which was recently found to be a bit more optimal.
Yeah, I'm not surprised at all. 'Cause the left side climb is very, very, very new. Like very newly discovered to be a little faster than climbing right side, but
yeah.
I'm like really interested in that dash slash that Caliris did off the ledge there, because for those who don't,
doing? He's right below the double jump up to
yeah.
And he just paused there for a second.
Okay. Well, we'll never know. We can ask him about it in the post race.
Calaris did not get the airwalk there, but used a background object.
Did he go for it?
I don't think so.
Yeah, there is another way of doing that room. I know, I know Monsta doesn't go for the airwalk, at least in his PB.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think it's the timings are insanely close, like almost negligible, I believe.
Yeah,
but,
I mean his PB is world record, so it worked.
Sure, it works well enough. Purple, standing there contemplating life, wondering what could be going on here. Oh, Caliris wingsing into the ceiling. I wish I could say I've never done that, but I totally have also done that.
Where did he do that?
On the wall he's on now, he was trying to jump over it without dashing, which is optimal. Like, not using dash there is actually optimal. Oh, what a save. Oh my gosh. What a save.
If you mess up the cycles here, it can be really easy to get off.
Yeah.
I think he canceled his C-dash. If you don't cancel your C-dash going into this room transition, it's an automatic slam into the spikes.
Yeah. Team Cherry likes to troll us in small ways like that. Same thing with an Ancient Basin on the way to the Malarks. That big giant chasm we C-dash across. I've definitely hit those spikes 1 or 2 times.
Oh yeah, that one.
Yeah.
I don't think I've done it, honestly, since, like, my casuals, but it definitely got me my first couple times.
Yeah, like, when I was first learning this category, and it was the first time I'd been through that room since my casual play, I just, like, forgot about it entirely.
Oh, yeah.
The wall. Okay, so Caliris here, opting to dash through that room. Purple taking the safety bench before Hornet 2, just like Caliris did.
Decision.
Yeah, wise decision. It's a hard fight, especially in a tournament setting.
Caliris is ahead by... Rhino, you say how much, because I have no clue exactly.
Caliris is substantially ahead at this point.
Yes.
Yeah.
To answer chat.
Yeah, a good few minutes, as chat points out. It's...
Yeah.
At this point...
10.
Yeah, it would take a catastrophic mistake from Caliris to allow Pyros back into this race.
Is there a moment where that could happen? I mean, sibling climb is always an option.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Dying in sibling climb is a big time loss. Dying in Dark Deep Nest is a massive time loss.
Oh, that's right, Dark Deep Nest.
Yeah,
and that's gonna be coming up for him.
Yeah.
Honestly, anywhere in Queen's Gardens to die is a huge time loss. Because you spawn all the way back at Archives.
Right.
But dying at the end of the Dark Deep Nest would be the worst.
Yeah, that's the worst place remaining that I can still think of, is dying at Dark Deep Nest.
I honestly think it's the worst place to die in the entire run.
It might actually be.
The only other one that's really bad that I can think of is dying in Crystal Mountain before sending the
For
dark
D-Dark?
version of the down spell.
D-Dark.
Yeah,
that's
that one.
the one that's the death I was thinking of, because you have to
Yeah,
go
but-
all the way back through city.
Except, yes, but you don't have to go through all of Sea Peaks too. If
Right.
you die in Dark Deep Nest, you spawn in. You have to go through all of Fungal Wastes, not Fungal Wastes,
Purple.
Fog Canyon, as well as all of Queen's Gardens and Dark Deep Nest.
Right. And Purple, I just want to point out, did a very good job keeping composure there while at 1 HP. And Caliris messes up the first Thorn skip. There we go. That is deceptively precise of a
Oof,
location to
but
land. Ooh.
Face plants into the thorns, just
Yeah.
giving them a little hug.
He's going to take the safe way up this time. Yeah, don't blame him.
Yeah. Going into this part with 2 health is a little bit scary, because there are a bunch of Mantis Petras in the next room. Ooh, 1 health. That
Yeah, he can heal here.
Yeah. It can really mess you up, though. It is possible to take 2 damage here.
Yeah, this room is incredibly scary. Absolutely. A lot of things can go wrong. Oh, there we go.
Yep.
Yeah, and again, this is he's gonna.
He's probably gonna heal off with.
Oh,
Oh no!
Well, we were talking about places that might allow Purple to make up some time. There we go. Oof.
It is a really scary room, though. I personally don't like going in with any less than 3-4 health.
Oh man, I feel like I could write a PhD thesis on that room. It is a very, very involved room movement-wise.
Yes. It's actually why it's one of my favorites, but it's also really scary.
Absolutely.
The movement, when you pull it off properly, is so satisfying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, to be honest, I still don't think I know the optimal all skills movement for that run, or for that room. Caliris, you don't...
Heading back up.
Yeah, he might just not realize that he doesn't need to... Yeah.
Yeah.
They could just gone through that way, right?
The optimal way, if you die anywhere in Queen's Gardens, is actually to go through the Queen's Gardens acid skip room.
Oh, I didn't even think about that, yeah.
Skip.
That's a good
I may
point.
or may not have died here enough times to know.
Yeah.
A big thing, I've seen it spoken about a couple times, but a really good thing to know with no reset setting like races is what the best way to recover a death is.
Right.
What the optimal routing is when you've already messed up the optimal routing.
Caliris?
It looks like he's going for the bench.
He might be lost. Or going for the bench, yeah.
Yeah, no, he's going for the bench.
He walked into the room, then walked out of it, then walked back in,
I
which
think
made
he
me
was
think...
contemplating whether or not to do it.
Gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, yeah, so taking that bench, I don't hate it.
Yeah, I don't think there's any way for him to be on PB pace now, though.
No, two deaths. I don't. Getting a 56 with 2 deaths would be a very tall ask for anybody.
When did he die before?
Oh, I'm sorry. Purple died before.
Yeah,
so I just
He
one
just
death.
C-dashed through his shade to pick it up.
I'm gonna reset the room. Get the cycles that he wants.
Yeah, here the cycles are incredibly important. I believe that is the optimal movement that you just saw, minus that last double jump. Really clean.
Yeah, that was real clean.
Let's see how he handles going into Dark Deep Nest and then Dark Deep Nest itself.
Yeah, and again, this is dying here. I mean, I don't expect a death at 5 HP.
Yeah.
But the one thing to point out that I actually didn't know until I ran categories that do dark rooms.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, if you take a hit... Yo, he died insane. Oh, he did die insane.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry for interrupting.
I knew I wasn't insane. I'm like, I thought he did.
Yeah, my bad.
No, it's fine. But yeah, like if you take any if you take any hazard respawn in a dark room where you don't have lantern, no matter where you were, it spawns you back at the start of the room.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting.
So if you
collected soul in the room before to dive through that inventory drop so that he won't be at any risk of taking a hit. I've never seen that before.
Yeah, very interesting, and totally get like I think people have pointed out Pyro's also running current patch. That could be a current patch thing as well, where inventory drops are a bit more precise to get.
Right.
Yeah, Caliris takes a few hits here, but he's totally fine. As long as the last Devout isn't completely rude to him, he should be okay here. And then we get full healed after we pick up Hera, the third and final Dreamer.
Purple taking the slow way down this room. If you don't know exactly where everything is and the route for how to avoid it, that room can be really scary.
Right.
Oh, and the
Caliris...
jellyfish being really rude, hiding behind the foreground.
Yeah.
But he's fine. He'll probably opt to take the bench in Archives.
Oh, Caliris is going to bench before going up to the last Devout. I can understand why he wants to do that, because that Devout does 2 damage if it hits us. And I think, especially knowing that...
He's also low on soul.
Yeah, he's low on soul. He knows that PB probably isn't going to happen with 2 deaths, and he knows he has a massive lead in the race. So, and again, like we talked, a death here would be, it would bring the race a lot closer than it is right now, to say the least.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, he did bench in Queen's Gardens.
oh, that's true. I forgot about that.
So it wouldn't be as horrible, but it'd still be pretty bad.
Right.
And it looks like Pyros is setting up the 2 cycle from any percent.
Mm-hmm.
I could be mistaken, or maybe
I think it's actually,
I
think it's, he might do the D-Dark strat.
There's a D-Dark strat?
Yeah, I've seen a few current patch runners do it, where you get Umu onto this platform, then you D-Dark him.
Huh. Is it possible to 1 cycle like that?
I believe so, but I think it involves, excuse me, I think it involves a D-Dark and then a couple doubles from Shade Soul, so I'm not positive. I've seen Jamie do it, actually, on current patch, so.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh no, he misses the 2 cycle.
Oh, to be fair to Purple, though, I cannot believe none of those Shade Souls doubled. Like, I am absolutely like, if I were the runner that just happened to, I would be livid with the game. I would be very, very unhappy if that were me and none of my shades were doubling.
So basically, Umu being Umu.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, Purple takes care of it with a nice clean 2 cycle, making his way up to Monomon now.
In the meantime, we'll have that C dash. That's another thing I haven't seen before.
Yeah, I don't know. I would imagine it's not faster because we have Ismos, so we don't need to charge up a C dash, and we can just dash along the acid. But don't know. And we'll see Caliris here heading down into the abyss.
Let's see if he goes for Swag Door. He
is.
Yep.
Love to see this content here. Yeah.
If you time your dashes and your C dash perfectly, you can get through that door just as it opens.
Yeah.
So coming up is the next really scary part of the run. Honestly, the last scary bit, the sibling climb by the lighthouse. If you mess up your inputs even a bit, you can be completely screwed.
Yeah, I mean, the siblings swarm on your position very quickly if you stop moving, and each hit does 2 damage. So, okay.
Oh, he squeezes between
very well
2.
done. Well
Very
done,
nice.
Caliris. Yeah.
They do 2 damage and they don't give any soul, so there's not even a way to heal.
Yeah, it can be a very scary moment to like mess up a jump or something and then quickly realize, oh my god, there's like 5,000 siblings all around me.
Yeah. Do not recommend.
Mm-hmm. There we get Shade Cloak. So our runners save and quit out here because for loadless time, I don't know about RTA, but definitely for loadless time, it's faster to save and quit out here to skip the wake up animation and the whole animation of acquiring Shade Soul.
Yeah.
And Caliris also does the early control, where if you press Dream Nail while the screen is still dark there, it actually gives the night control a little bit earlier than we normally would.
It is scary though, because if you mess up your Shade Souls and you end up getting damage from those Void Tendrils, it'll just pull you in and pull you in until you die.
Right. Yeah, definitely a little bit spooky. Purple now going for Great Slash. This has become one of my favorite splits over the last few days. It's a really fun movement here.
Oh yeah.
And Caliris with only one more ability to get for the all skills qualification of this run, which is the Abyss Shriek. The most powerful spell in the game. Unfortunately, we don't get it earlier because it's so far out of the way of everything else that it wouldn't really make a lot of sense for us. But we do use it pretty heavily against THK to do a lot of damage. So it gets featured there quite a bit.
Yeah. But it also wouldn't necessarily be that great against all the bosses because you need to get right up close to them, which can be really risky.
Right, and especially being able to one-cycle Umu without it, it doesn't really provide us much benefit.
Yeah. So, Caliris doing a really movement-heavy segment here, the Abyss Climb, pulling off some amazing strats.
Yeah, very nice movement here. Now there's some sketchy pogos here off the wall, up the spike walls here.
Yeah. Caliris going for the most sketchy one and misses it
yeah.
twice. Wonder if he'll go for it again.
Ooh,
Oh, no.
taking a oh no, that is...
Yeah.
Okay, doesn't take him too far down.
I actually wonder if that might have been an intentional damage tank versus falling even further and spawning even further down.
Maybe. I actually don't know. That's a good point. Could have been. But either way, good climb.
Gets
Makes
up
his
the
way
rest
up
with no
here.
trouble.
Yeah.
I wonder if he'll heal before the Hollow Knight fight. Runners.
He might bench.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Of. Runners would take the Dirtmouth bench because it's faster than taking the bench in Black Egg Temple, stopping a C-dash, and restarting it.
Right. Yeah, and I remember being very surprised to learn that the optimal bench was actually in Dirtmouth for this fight.
It makes sense, though, because you want to get to full health, and if you die, it automatically hard saves you to the bench in the Black Egg anyway.
Right, exactly. Alright, so Caliris here. See if he benches. He's going to bench. I like that decision. Especially to do an optimal THK fight, whereas you said, Sierra, we're getting very close trying to use Abyss Shriek. It is very easy to take unintentional damage in that fight.
Yeah.
So
Pyro's on his way to pick up Howling Wraiths, having a bit of trouble with the C-dash, while Caliris triggers the Black Egg Temple.
No Rocket Knight, no Helicopter Knight. Very sad. Yeah, this is the C-dash that we would have to interrupt if we wanted to take the bench at Black Egg Temple, and it's faster to just bench in Dirtmouth and interrupt this and restart it.
Yeah. He's also going in with 1 soul, which means that he'll be able to attack the Hollow Knight the second the scream ends.
Yeah, it's really nice to have all that soul here, for sure.
Pyro's struggling a little bit in the Howling Wraith sound, but I think he'll be fine.
Yeah, definitely. I've never seen that strat before, just standing in the middle platform and de-darking when they swarm on you.
I never feel comfortable de-darking anywhere with spikes underneath.
Nice. Caliris getting good. Yeah, so we can see Caliris here trying to get right underneath the Hollow Knight and then use Abyss Shriek. It is by far the biggest damage output we have at this point in the run.
Yeah.
I don't know exact numbers, but it does an insane amount of damage.
The worst RNG you can get here is those parries mixed with dashes like that.
Yeah.
Parries because if you
1 HP,
hit him,
he can heal here.
Yeah. I'm not too worried now. But if he parries, then you're unable to do damage to him. He'll even parry your spells. And dashes are not ideal because they are literally the last attack you want if you're trying to get up close.
Right, yeah, which is very funny to think about because in any percent we love dashes because it allows us to get double fireball hits, but...
And a clean fight from Caliris, GG.
Yeah,
Looks
GG
like
from
he's gonna
Caliris.
have
I think
hour 15?
I think so, yeah, I think an hour 15. Very nice time.
GG.
Yeah, GG's to Caliris.
Oh no, it doesn't look like Pyros knows where the damage warp spot is.
He's gonna take the bench. Very wise decision.
Good idea. Do you want to mark Calaris as finished?
Yeah, I'll
Oh no, he took a death!
Oh, purple, no.
Oh no.
Yeah, so I've marked Caliris as done. He is the winner of this match.
With a 101.20, very respectable time in a tournament no reset setting.
Yeah,
Especially
absolutely.
with 2 deaths, to still get a time like that, I find very impressive. Calaris did not PB. His PB is a 56-14 to answer chat.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what his speedrun.com PB is, but yeah, right before the race, he told us that he had an unsubmitted PB of 56-14.
Yeah. I think this time is faster than his SRCom time.
Yeah, I think so. I'm not positive, but I believe it was. Like we said, he's made a lot of improvement in the last few weeks to his run, so GG's to Caliris.
Really respectable run.
Mm-hmm.
So Pyros does take the bench here. Makes sense. I honestly think he can still PB, and he needs to get his shade anyway, so...
Right. Yeah, gonna take the... May as well take the bench now that you've already come halfway here.
Talk to Cornifer.
Talk to...
Why doesn't he buy a map? What's he gonna do with all that extra geo?
Well, he doesn't even... Yeah, I know, right? But we only need, what, 250 more to open up Distant Village stag? Yeah.
He's loaded. Yeah, I don't think he knows... Oof, taking a damage there.
Yeah, he's just gonna do the current patch. Oof.
Yeah. Oof. Pyros, be careful, buddy.
Oh no.
No.
He tried to go for a swag underplat. I'm just kidding. That was very unintentional.
Yeah, but he makes it through. Will he take that bench again, though? He does not.
Yeah. Let's see, he's gonna take the safe drop here.
Oh no, he dashed into the...
Heal up. Very smart.
Yeah. Curious to see what he does next. Looks like he's just taking in the view. Relaxing, probably collecting his thoughts before this next room.
Yeah.
We do have a ton of movement though for if we mess something up. There are plenty of backups you can take, but because the platforms are so small, it can be easy to mess up those too. Okay, so looks like purple is gonna heal before going into Dark Deep Nest. A wise decision, honestly. Because it can be really easy to take damage here. And as Alex pointed out earlier, if you take any damage in this entire room, you get sent right back to the beginning. I honestly don't know where in the room he is. Well, now he's going to be at the beginning. He does opt to reset the room, which is the smart decision. If those spiders are not where you expect them to be, it can be really nerve-wracking. And Calaris, let's see if Calaris makes the smart decision. Yes, he does. He does talk to Elderbug. A true winner.
Providing happy content for all of the YouTube viewers.
And a happy Tsira.
There you go.
And it looks like he changed the
Do you talk
language
to
back to
Elderbug?
English too. Me?
You talk to Elderbug, yeah?
After every run.
Oh, wow.
It's
Good
kind
on
of a
you.
tradition I have.
You're a better person than I am.
You're a Mila killer.
I am I'm a proud Mila killer, absolutely.
See? Evidence right there. Admits to his crimes. So, what's Pyro's doing? I think... Is he gonna finish?
I think Pyros is gonna tap out, it looks like.
Okay. Alright. So, do you wanna...
Hello.
GG Pyros.
Yeah, GG.
It was a respectable
That run
attempt.
sucked. I knew it was going to go downhill from that first death.
Oh,
You definitely gave us some content, though. Let's see real quick if we can get Caliris in here.
He's coming.
Okay, cool. Yeah, watching the route you chose and watching some of your movement was incredibly exciting for both Sierra and I. It kept us guessing. We didn't know what was going to happen. Is that a route you had pre-prepared, or?
Okay, so I see. Last time I pre-prepared a route to make everybody confused. This time round, I didn't pre-prepare a round, and just me not knowing 1.2.2.1 well enough, and me going off mostly knowledge on goddamn current patch. Yeah, that's great.
yeah, I noticed you got the a lot of Geo. You got the Geo chest
That was
after
just me
Soul
trying to keep
Sanctum.
safe. If I was me
Gotcha.
staying safe, I wanted to make sure that I had enough geo for everything.
You were fine. You were fine on Geo.
Yeah, I did make the decision to get for Watcher Knight chest just because it's faster than doing massive moss charges, so
Right.
Yeah.
I'd rather get that chest than spend time on a useless boss fight.
So, are you also competing in the current patch tournament too?
Yep. That's where all my practice is going, because that's where this is Swiss, the other one is actually elimination, so
And we have Caliris is joining us now. Congrats on your win, Caliris. Very well done.
Thanks. GG on the race.
yeah, that was a good race for me.
Yeah, so Caliris, how are you feeling right now overall? I mean, that's an incredible improvement from your last run. Things like your movement looked incredibly smooth. It definitely looked to me, at least, like you'd put in a ton of work and practice for this round.
Yeah, thanks. I'm happy that I only died 2 times this time around.
And to get the time that you did with 2 deaths in the run, I find incredibly impressive.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with my time.
Yeah, it's great. So I guess for both runners, what do you think were your I don't want to say favorite, that sounds weird, but what parts of this run were you happiest with or thought you performed really, really well?
Well,
I'd say.
I mean, I did get that is probably the first time I did get the Mantis Village Pogo, so.
Yeah, it was a night. I remember that from Mama. We've been hanging out for an hour, guys. It's great. But yeah, that was. I remember the way you saved that. That was really, really cool. I enjoyed that content. And Caliris, you sound like you're about to start something as well.
Yeah, I think for me, I'm happy I got the Umu 1 cycle.
Yeah.
I didn't die in boss fights at all, which is unusual for me at this point.
Okay, hey, I didn't die in any boss fights either. All my deaths were due to me being stupid on the overworld.
Caliris, you had a really clean Hornet 2 fight, and the sibling climb as well was really nice.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with my performance in those sections.
Yeah, absolutely. And I remember I even commented that, like, I don't know how fast your Hornet 2 was, but just watching, like, you looked very comfortable. Like, you very much were in control of the fight. You looked like you knew what you're doing. Your spacing was good. So that was really exciting to watch.
Yeah, it didn't feel like it was too fast, but I definitely have practiced it a lot, and I've gotten used to Hornet's patterns. So I was pretty confident going into it, and I'm glad it worked out well.
Yeah. One question I always like to ask for these is, did either of you have the stream open to track where your opponent was?
I
Did
did.
that affect you? Did that affect your race strategy at all?
I mean, I learned a couple of things that I've been used. Not only because I was watching Caliris, but also because I was listening to you guys talk about stuff.
Sure.
Yeah, I had the stream open. I think towards the end I started to play a bit safer, especially after I died in Queen's Gardens. I wanted
Right.
to,
Yeah.
I think it was definitely smart. Like, I noticed you took that bench.
Oh yeah.
I died trying to get that bench.
That was very unfortunate. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how I did that. I messed up the jumps completely, and it's just how.
I mean, it's
Um,
not somewhere that any of the routes go, like, ever. So, it's not surprising that, like, you don't know the movement in those rooms at all.
Yeah. I think that's about all the questions I have. Do you have anything else, Sierra?
No. Chat, do you have anything you would like to ask the runners?
Yeah. And since there's a delay while chat might have any questions, Caliris or Purple, either of you, do you have anybody you want to shout out or you want to plug your channels or anything or?
I mean, if we're talking about shouting out people, then Oko has been very helpful with everything. So I wanted to just give a nice message of thanking Oko for everything that they've done for me. Like, they've really helped out with they really helped with mapping the route for the content run that I did for the first race in current patch. So that is one of the main things, and they've just been really helpful with practicing everything.
Well, awesome. Well, big shout outs to Oko then. That's awesome. And Caliris, anything you want to say before we sign off or?
I guess shoutouts to Pisces for making the all skills tutorial. That was really helpful.
I think I joked in my last comms that I think like 90% of this tournament is running off of Pisces guides. So
Yeah.
Honestly,
I'm just running off of the text documents. I'm basically running off the text documents, nothing else.
Yeah.
And thanks to
And that would be great runs. Sorry.
thanks to both commentators, Rhino and Sierra, for coming on such short notice.
Hey,
Very
thanks for
welcome.
it was an honor. It was
Thanks
great.
for helping me out with that race. Thanks for telling me what I could do better.
That's all good. Well, all right then. Well, we're gonna sign off. I hope everybody has a good rest. Oh, whoa.
One more thing.
Oh,
You are saying that geo routing for / was lucky. That was geo routing at its finest. That was on the dot. And
That was
you
optimal
said it was
geo-routing.
lucky.
that was perfect optimal geo routing, not wasting a
Yes.
single second getting extra geo. That's right. You tell him, Purple. You tell him.
And then I have like 500 geo.
All right. Well, we're gonna sign off for the day. Thanks everyone for tuning in and watching. Sierra, thank you so much for coming with me, and congrats to both of the runners, and especially congrats to Caliris for his win.
Yeah, congrats, Caliris.
Thanks.
Also, I will just quickly say, because I think Oko is also doing their run like in a bit.
Mhm.
So I'm just going to say, watch it. Oko is way better of a racer than I am.
Yeah,
So
so
it's going to be, maybe there's going to be less content, but it's going to be much more fun to watch.
Sure.
So there are a couple more run races for the All Skills tournament. There is the one later today at 3 o'clock Eastern Standard. It's going to be on this channel, SpeedGaming 2, and then there are going to be a bunch more Friday and Saturday. So if you enjoyed this run, tune into the other ones. They're going to be really fun to watch. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Well, thanks everyone. We're signing off and take care.
Yep.
Whoop.